you feel, Admirable?
I'll welcome you all to Team4tress.tv. That was CommanderX, who's gone to empty his bladder. Ducky is your cameraman, and I am Admirable. The 3, 4, 5 time caster of the season, I forget, man. It's just, it's all a blur. It's tough being this good, man. But we're here for an ETF2L Season 17, powered by TT Esports Premiership qualifier between Daughters in Sweden and Lethal Weapon, with an all-Russian roster. 2 new rosters put together here for Season 17, which is the season of new teams and new rosters in the Premiership. It's our first time to see them in a competitive setting. Daughter had a lot of slightly underwhelming results in practice in the PCWs, as we call them here in Europe. But they have actually stepped up in an official and got a first map win. We're on to map 2 here, which is Gully Wash. There seems to be either a lag at the start of the game or a pause on the server very early in the first round, but right now everybody is frozen in a state of stasis here on the server. No, it is an actual start of round lag, thank you. And we've got Kritzkrieg in play here from White Glow, but he has just raced into the lead here in this Uber situation with 2 nuts going down there to a little aggression from the Russians, who end up with 3 players alive, to a complete wipe there from Daughter. And I didn't see any of the action because there was a big delay at the start of the game.
I arrived back just in time to see the blue team capping point. So obviously a very good middle from the Russian. Following, just as I said, Gully Wash definitely Dota's strongest map.
I probably shouldn't have leaked the STV info, no doubt that's why there's such a delay at the start of the round there. What the hell was that about? But Kritzkrieg, and they won't know for sure, like, maybe they caught a glimpse of it, maybe they just think, Russians, it's a 50-50 chance they're running crits, but GDK gets a frag already onto Beavern, and that's just going to make things go from bad to worse. This Kritzkrieg could be very effective. A Pyro might have something to say about it. And patience here from White Glow. Could have panicked, could have popped there, but they did wait until they got that Pyro pick. Now it's 2 men down. Beavern just about to respawn. The crits comes in, but they can't find 2 nuts just yet. He's on 85%. Shadowburn is on his backside as well, but they've managed to just destroy all those Russians who went, and they tried to get through with the crits, but got just annihilated by Walters, Bevan and Knutson.
Yeah, just uncharacteristic misses from GDK. Yangpai can't land a single shot. Yeah. 2 nuts could have been literally blind there, and he wouldn't have even noticed. As they're going to cap out CP2. Shadowburn on the respawn on the spy, coming out of forward spawn. Going to go behind there. As the Swedes get onto middle, they lose GDK, and that's a lot of pressure they lose. And the Swedes want to move already. Ribbon, 2 nuts going big door. Shadowburn still behind. Oh, he's actually back spawned. He's given up on that. And they are pops coming through here. 2 nuts catches for spam from up above. We're going to clean up MSH, and they should clean up Yangbai behind the point here. And I think the rest of the Russians are just settling for last. And they have an Uber advantage, but it's 10%, and they're on last, so I really doubt they're going to push out here.
Yeah, like, in the face of an Uber advantage, pretty poor positioning there from the Russians, allowed themselves to get 2 or 3 players isolated. And
they're going for it. Soldiers onto White Glow on last. White Glow surfs around everyone. Scout on White Glow now. Oh, Walters just about gets it. White Glow did such a good job. But Walters with a follow-up, able to take him down. And I think the Russians are going to go for this. They've got a player advantage. They don't have a heal. They're going to try and bait the Swedes forward here. Getting some time on point. But I think the Swedes are taking their time, not rushing towards the point. They're going to pick off MSH. And surely the Russians are going to have to stop going forward now. Yangpai behind. 2 nuts down to 60 health, hitting some more shots this time. Down he goes though. And they have just about Uber. And with even taking down GDK somewhere, I think on Riverside. And this should be a pretty easy push. Short of Forsaken hitting the world's most insane reflex.
5 seconds before Yangpai and GDK are back in the game. The Russians are trying to buy as much time as possible. MSH and Shadowburn doing their best, but it's just not enough. The odds heavily stacked in favour of Daughter there, who capped with 6 players. And
Heartbreaker.
It's crits again. This is just the White Glow strategy for Gullywash apparently. Or perhaps because they're a map down, he's going to run the full-time crits, it seems. Crits to middle. And we're actually going to see a middle this time. No more STV lag. Sick rollout there from Shadowburn. Hits the ramp on the middle and skip jumps up there. but not actually getting much done other than really impressing me. There's a delayed bomb from Zebify that gets White Glow.
Reborn from Shadowburn gets 2 frags, and it's just a Zebasai and a Beaven left. They get a frag apiece. Beaven's in the little cubby hole. Now he's going to jump up onto middle now, flanking the Soldier, but Shadowburn's going to take those 2. I think that was 4 for Shadowburn on middle.
Yeah, after I just slayed it. Wow. Curse of the caster or what?
Quote unquote, not getting anything done other than impressing you.
Well, you know, that's my get out clause. He did impress me by getting a 4K there, CommanderX. Idiot.
Keep the statements vague. We're going to see them try and peek a little bit of time, but the Swedes will arrive, shut that down. And we're going to see an equal Uber exchange. Is White Glow on the crits again, or is he back on the regular Uber? It's regular, yep. Just a middle strategy, it seems to be then for the crits, not a rest of map thing.
It's like an insurance policy, you know, they go in and see if they can get anything done, but they can always keep GDK and White Glow back near the exit if it doesn't go well for the rest of their team, if Shadowburn doesn't kill 4 on middle.
The Swedes want to come in here. I mean, they don't have a middle point, and the Ubers are equal, but they're being really frisky at that choke point. Knutson keep peeking in. There's not really any stickies. They can walk through without any danger of a trap. I think they're slowing it down now. No, here they come again. They want to pile it through this choke. Not sure if this is wide. Only Rollers coming in from GDK, though. Not a, they could, and the Swedes are in. Not a whole lot of pressure. The Uber's actually now popped slightly earlier for White Glow. It's going to run out first. MSH goes down. The Swedes have all the point position, and just GDK goes down. Shadowburn's behind, hiding just behind a wall. He's going to come in for the mech, try and salvage it. Gets a couple of rockets, but 2 nuts will survive on 14 HP. And
White
just
Glow's
really
not gonna be so lucky. He just cratered there at the rock. He had 2 soldiers jumping in, surfed nicely, but was too high. Like Icarus, fell to his death.
Yeah. What do you make of that middle hold? Like they just let the Swedes come into them without any real resistance. They let them get all the positioning, and they just fell apart around it.
I think it was nice play from Sweden as well. Like they really timed out the spam there. You know, they forced them back first, and then sort of just waited for the rollers to dissipate, and they muscled their way in. Like they didn't just pop straight through. They sort of put the Russians in an uncomfortable position. Their whole game plan seemed to be that, oh yeah, sure, they're just going to Uber in blindly here, but the Swedes showed some great patience while pushing in, then eventually pop, and I think they just weren't prepared for it. Shadowburn and Forsaken already down here though, as Uber comes in onto last. White Glow only at 60%. He's backed off into spawn. There is a heavy weapons guy. Yangpai on 7 HP will go down to a big meat shot there from Beaven. 7 HP. And the rest of the frags get cleaned up. It's going to be another round there for Daughter.
Yeah, looking comfortable here. Just both rounds. Mistakes from the Russians, like, you know, quite nice play from the Swedes, but just in exploiting that. But the failed crits, then the really passive mid hold. We're going to have to go into another middle here, as we see Rib taking the high ground straight away, so which is GDK. Both sides trying to walk up now. Rib is really weak. Roller's going to take him down. That should surely open the door. Here they come. Here comes the soldiers. Shadowburn shuts down Knutson. GDK will give a retreating Beaven. Zebasai comes in with a big flank. Going to go for more as well. Zebasai gets free. Zebasai, 2 nuts has escaped as well in all of this. Trying to arrow Zebasai, but GDK is not going to be afraid of this. He's going to take the one-on-one. 2 nuts with the arrow makes GDK kill himself as he's going to, I think, sticky jump out. And the Swedes take it. Looks really good for the Russians, but Zebasai, big plays on Roma, rescuing the mid for his team.
Yeah, some beautiful airtime there, surfing the shots of his opponents. White Glow did opt to run normal Uber to that middle and has spawned again with normal charge. No crits creek here. Russians want to make it a honest game here. There's a sniper there, MSH popping shots but unable to connect.
From behind takes down 2 nuts. Forsaken's going to mow down Rib in front with a heavy weapons guy. And yeah, Shadowburn with the play this time. Anything Zebasai can do, Shadowburn can equal. As the Russian's going to walk through with a heavy on mid now. Maybe that heavy will help preserve White Glow a little bit more as well. Maybe help him keep a stronger positioning.
Zebo and Beaven are behind enemy lines here. Whilst the cap happens on middle for lethal weapon, Zebo and Beaven are now behind in the blue lobby. They're chasing out Shadowburn here. who launches himself forward only to realize that Beaver is right on his back with that scattergun. They have killed him, but really they're not getting much done here. They're not going to be able to backcap. They are still behind, but if Lethal Weapon just decide to push forward,
through front door. They've
Uh-oh.
multied a lot as well, and there's not going to be a whole lot of Uber, and White Glow and GDK look like they're committing to this. Other players behind going to arrive.
Beaver.
They're coming back in Riverside, but it doesn't matter because Forsaken and GDK and Yangpai have done all the work in the front. Zebasai and was it Beaver behind, I think, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just getting completely ignored. That's how you deal with a distraction. You just pretend they don't exist, let them kill MSH and Shadowburn at the spawn, and cap the last. Are we hitting another lag going into the next round, ads?
Yeah, we'll probably just come back out of it and it'll be like 2-2 scoreboard or something. Yeah, a little bit of a delay here. Could be a pause or could be just another of these round start lags, and it seems to be a round start lag. God damn it. Onto the middle.
Walters with a free man.
Yeah, looks like that. White Glow and Shadowburn still alive, but it's not Kritzkrieg. Medic and Roamer will back out, but they're about to get flanked here. Shadowburn needs to deny. Big Door needs to buy his make time to get out, or maybe they could have gone top and bought time, but it hasn't happened. Donor with the quick push forward there to intercept them. Medic goes down. 2 nuts. I was just about to say remains alive, but Shadowburn gets the drop. What?
Yeah, as I'm getting a lot of STV lag, and I can't see the points, but I'm pretty sure Dota just capped CP2, and they're now going to try and come into last onto White Glow here, but with that heavy up, it's going to be awfully difficult.
Scout coming onto the point though. Heavy's wise to it. Walters runs in against a 450 HP Heavy. Gets him down to 30. Or maybe he wasn't full health. That would be crazy damage. But as it stands, 2 nuts back on the field here. Finds himself at a 20% Uber disadvantage. And the Russians are going to go an advantage. No Demo Man means no stickies. And with Walters down, that would be a good opportunity to push. He has spawned a sniper though. And
it's going Big Door. That's where he wants to take it. Wants to see if he can find anyone. Oh, I'm getting a lot of sound bugs as well. But they definitely saw Walters there as he took the shot on GDK. And it looks like they're poising at choke here to push Lethal Weapon. As I believe our streamer is now back in it, back caught up. His STV sorted itself out. And are they going to push this small advantage through the choke? Going to be difficult with that sniper there.
Zebo gets spotted in the drop down. He's gone down to Shadowburn and Roamer on Roamer action. And he's going to go up the other drop down, just take the express train there. He's come up and got the force here. Maybe it was just part of the plan was to Uber in here after the Russian Uber had faded, but Shadowburn doing big work there, really riding roughshod over Zebasai and creating a big opening here for his team to push from 2 to 3. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, lovely play from the Russians there. Just, you know, despite having the pop so early, they really worked it well. The pick at choke from GDK onto Rib really helped it, put it in their favour. And now they just seem to be picking players off at will here, as I think Zebasai goes down there. The Russians have a big advantage to take to last and a chance to tie up in this second map that they need to win to keep their Premiership hopes alive for today.
They want to give us a 3-mapper and we will gladly accept. Zebasai respawns, having rolled the dice there and lost. He's going to play Pyro to try and nullify this Russian Uber. He does find 2 scouts, but that might just be his kryptonite. Yep, those scatterguns are going to finish him off. Walters did actually pick Shadowburn previously. He's not in this push. And the Swedes are just about holding on to the point. Rib's got stickies there. There's
sneaky. I think they know he's there. He's harassing them. MSH gets arrowed from Poe. GDK's coming back in. Yang Pine Sneaky eats a full rocket. 2 nuts has caught out a lot here. 2 nuts will go down. Zebasai spawns on Pyro. Going to trap GDK in there. As I go into a massive freeze. Who knows what's happening?
It's a pause. It wouldn't be. No.
No, it's a round.
It's a cap.
Is it a pause? Is it a round?
Who capped? What is this?
Do you mean who capped? The Russians capped.
No, but like, I didn't. There's nobody
GDK
on the
captured.
point.
GDK
Nobody on the
captured.
point. Where is he? My game. This is bizarre slideshow TF2, but we will be going to another middle of which we're going to miss the first 30 seconds. No doubt.
It's kind of like a murder mystery where you know who dies and what happens, but you don't know how it happens. So you need some kind of we need to get our Sherlock Holmes caps on and try and figure out what's happened in the bit where our screen was dark.
Oh, there's GDK and Spawn, but no doubt it's a Russian game, so Some vodka swilling nerd is DDoSing us, just putting that out there.
Nothing better to do than accuse a nation.
Yeah, those sneaky Russians. Can't trust those motherfuckers. Fight on white
Soldier
racism's
bombing in
okay,
at show.
right?
White Glow's wise to it. Just stands really far back, Zebasai can't get close. And White Glow survived that mid. As we know from the facts we can deduce from what's left over. Walters is on sniper, I presume he'll be on Riverside somewhere? Nope, further back. I have no idea where Walters is. There he is, he's in the left spawn just behind his medic. Just going to try and get an entry frag. Here comes the Uber, they're going to Uber through the door. A Yangpai goes down to 1, but Pyro drops onto the floor, no more denial for that. They need some frags now, getting onto 2nuts. 2nuts will drop. All the players are on the left side of a point now, except for obviously the flanking Pyro of Zebasai, and Beaver's going to get all the cleanup frags thanks to that distraction from Zebasai. And another unsuccessful push from the Russians, and there is a heavy in water. Forsaken will get 1. Pyro's down to half, trying to flare gun him down. Will eventually flare gun him down. Peeking around the corner, and in all this time, Knutson's got a pretty solid grasp of that CP2 point. And the Swedes just holding strong on last once again. I think we've already had one heartbreaker round with the Swedes pushing all the way back from their last. Be interesting to see if they can do it again.
White Glow has a plan to foil that though. He's produced a Kritzkrieg from the weapons cabinet there and is building furiously right now with Yangpai self-harming himself all the way to victory. Walter's peeking in though on the scope. Wants to try and dome that medic, but the Russians have a little window here to push before there is the potential for 2nuts to clutch and save his team with that overcharge. And they're actually playing super defensive. They're all the way up on balcony. So as long as whenever this engagement finally happens, as long as they spot the crits out. Oh, are the Swedes going to initiate here? You know Zebasai is very impatient. Looks like he wants to push.
The sniper's peeking as well.
Crits comes in early. 2nuts sees it in time. That glowing blue projectile was his signal for him to Uber. And as the crits fades, there's a few crit stickies lying around the point, but not much achieved from that, CommanderX.
I know he got 2nuts!
No, what?
Admirable.
What? It's from a lane sticky.
Yeah, it must have been, because all the stickies were put down on the floor and the crits expired. So 2nuts just wanders casually over a crit sticky, or maybe it was knocked into his path by an unhelpful soldier on his team. Shadowbird's going to take care of the stickies. Scouts rush to point. In comes the heavy. Can the heavy clean up? It looks like he can. Yangpai's still alive, and that's 3-1 to the Russians.
Wow. I've just
By 3-1 I mean 3-2. Numbers are quite hard to read sometimes.
I'm trying to reconnect to the server here, but it could... Oh, there, I'm back in. CommanderX, tell me what's happening in this next middle.
I'm still waiting to see myself, so...
Oh, it's one of those excellent pauses. Maybe I'll sneak in here.
Yeah, maybe you'll get a better connect. Let me know if yours all works out fine, and maybe I'll copy your fix. I'll let you know as soon as I see... As soon as gaming happens. And only MSH alive. 2nuts goes down thanks to MSH. And the Swedes will take this middle in a presumably exciting middle, as the Swedes will now cap it out. Just MSH alive. White Glow will spawn first with a small advantage. He is just on the standard Uber though. Soldier actually hiding at spawn. Zebasai will assassinate White Glow before he can get any further forward. And 2nuts now has the Uber advantage. Going to be about a 40% advantage there for 2nuts by the time White Glow gets another spawn back. Shadowbird's now going in. Don't really know what that was from Shadowburn, just, I don't know, trying to do something. He got Rib really low, but Rib was able to surf away. And now the Russians on the back foot.
Zeba wants to make sure they get a pick before they push into last. He's opted to run the sniper. He's working the angle here on the lower side, and he's looking for White Glow, might find him. Pops a shot, body shot!
Wow.
2nuts backs off. They're expecting the Russians to push here, and wisely so he's going to wait until he gets charged, CX.
Yeah, White Glow just being constantly sent to the respawn queue. Got to be frustrating for him. As for they actually open up some play on the flank there. Forsaken taking a 2-for-1, that's going to help. But they're going in main with the Uber Scout and Demo combo. Getting on that Pyro, they see Forsaken hiding as well. Forsaken takes a big meat shot. They've still got that heavy in water to deal with, and GDK's still raining down damage. GDK gets 1, GDK gets 2. Forsaken's on the respawn. Uber saw a battle going on. Forsaken will interrupt that with his rockets. And the Russians hold. Good hold. Who needs heals against an Uber? Zebasai and Spy. Walters hiding main.
Walters in the Greg
still hiding main. Walters in the original Gullywash hiding spot. Uh-oh. Walks into the entire team there. GDK really far forward. The rest of the team a little bit slower to catch him up. And it's exactly confuses Walters, and Walters ends up walking into all of them. And now Whiteclow nearly has an Uber, and they're going to want to push this middle point.
There is some strange issues with this STV, as you said. It's quite surreal. Like, there's some sounds that are missing, and everything's a bit floaty for me. But Uber comes in here from the Russians. They're going to Uber directly in and realize that there is hardly anybody for them to kill. Zebo escapes on 70, and that is a win right there for Sweden. They're poised around Choke. They don't have their charge yet. They're just seeing if they can catch anybody who wants to get aggressive. And this is a position where Shadowburn jumped up from the drop down previously. He's not making that play just yet. Everybody from Lethal Weapon playing on their own half of mid. Shadowburn now drifted over towards Big Door. They're going to try and crush the flank here because they know the daughter combo is pushing through Choke. It's the wraparound. Oh, we're twins.
The Swedes are chasing them. The Swedes have Uber. Whiteclow does not have Uber. They're going to have to pop to block this. Whiteclow might get caught out here. But Beaven's not shooting at him. And in all the chaos, Whiteglow's just going to walk away. And it's still, the scouts are still harassing Two Nuts. Whiteglow's coming back in on 87%. He knows Shadowburn and GDK are arriving. GDK will go down. MSH will go down. Just Yangpai and Shadowburn above. Shadowburn has the height advantage, though. And as we all know, rockets downwards are pretty easy. They have the Uber, but they're pretty stranded right there. And the Swedes are now... One of the Swedish soldiers just walking to mid. Whiteglow's going to try and cap the pop. Baiting the soldiers forward. Soldier coming in. Whiteglow's going to have to pop. Shadowburn and Whiteglow still here right now. Forsaken's going to arrive, clean that up. And I think after an awfully strung out fight, the Russians are going to take it. And they're not even at that much of an Uber disadvantage.
Yeah, Zebo crucially getting the force there. Maybe hope the scouts would help when they might make a go of it. But I think that was probably a good enough exchange. Now MSH about to respawn with the opportunity to utility class will go sniper. Zebasai playing Pyro again. I guess they're not really going to push out anytime soon. They're going to hold around lobby. But the clock's ticking down past 8 minutes. There's MSH, spot it out. Nobody has any cover on that lobby door. No stickies. And his sniper career is cut short tragically.
Yeah, the Russians don't seem to want to give this up though. The Ubers are equal. A lot of cap time. They will lose for heavy. They're not blocking the point either. The Ubers are going to be exchanged. Whiteglow's going to have to flash to keep people alive and get them out. Beaven will go down on all of it. Scout's going to escape through drop down. Buff Soldier trying to come through choke, but GDK's now with a sticky. Won't let him through. Lots of weak players on both sides. Zebasai! Zebasai, demo medic, for 2 crucial picks you need when pushing any point. And that might just open the door for this round for the Swedes.
Yeah, maybe Whiteglow with the rage crits in 5 seconds when he spawns, but the battle continues on both middle and CP4. The potential back cap here from MSH wins 1-1-on-1. And now is bringing out the melee. It can't connect. Walters will pistol him down. And on the middle fight, Two Nuts went down.
It's done enough. Yeah, I was looking at the back cap as well, but it's kind of opened the door. And GDK for cleanup frags here. Zebasai's going to cap it out, but it's a direct from GDK and a direct from Shadowburn. And that equals death. And it's back in the Russians' hands. The Russians, just when it looked so good for the Swedes, the back cap just splits their team enough. I think both scouts had to go back to deal with it. And that just allowed the Russians to clean up on middle.
Yeah, that cap from Zebasai, maybe a bit fortunate, but very important in slowing down the Russian aggression there. Otherwise, I'm sure they would have capped 4 instantly after cleaning up Zebo. But now they're going to turtle up, bringing out the heavy weapons guy again. They're going to hold very close here. No one's watching drop down, but nobody's really pressuring right now. Zebo is there. He could go down. Now they're walking in with the heavy. The Uber early. Oh, total misread of the situation there. Just gifting Two Nuts a massive Uber advantage here. Walters goes down though. That's not great.
He's close though. They're Ubering out to block. The Heavy's doing such good denial work on that soldier though. He will go down eventually, but he allowed the rest of his team to escape. Great work from Forsaken there. And now a 20% advantage for Whiteglow. as GDK picks up a demo man at Rib, and they're probably going to go off that there. No demo resistance at choke. Dual soldier spam. They do lose MSH, but it doesn't seem to deter. Soldier going in. 2Nuts and the pocket caught really far forward here. Knutson goes down. Yep, GDK's going to clean up 2Nuts as well. There's a soldier above and 2 scouts flanking. The flank weak again. It's up to Shadowburn now to save his medic. Shadowburn can't save himself though, but Forsaken will meet up with Whiteglow, and they seem to want to keep pushing it through here. Forsaken seems kind of confident, but the respawn's coming in from both sides there, and just balancing the fight out once again.
Yeah, the Swedes didn't really respect the fact that they'd lost Rib and GDK was still up.
Did you see how telegraphed that flat push was from Zebasai? Forsaken just stands still at choke waiting for it. Zebasai jumps right in front of him, takes him down. Zebasai may be too predictable on Roma already.
Yeah, I think Forsaken is setting his watch by that guy. But, he has just shotgunned a few stickies there on that lobby door, comes in, and the Russians are looking for the direct route here. They're going to bring double soldier in. There's no... Oh, the pyro does just... Zebasai respawns on the pyro.
2Nuts! Forsaken sneaks through, 2Nuts will go down, and the recycle could be good here from the Russians if they sync it up correctly. I don't know, I think they're just taking their time. They've actually fallen out. Are they just going to settle for the Uber advantage? Maybe? Yeah.
2Nuts was sort of... really wanted to do his best to heal the pyro there, but that one soldier slipped through and 2Nuts found himself forward in a corner, and it was a bit of a slam dunk there for Forsaken to get that frag. Or was it Forsaken?
It certainly was a soldier. It was indeed Forsaken, yeah. Your memory doesn't deceive you. It's going to be interesting, a really wise choice.
Okay, I have confirmation there from John. He's saying if anybody's finding the relay laggy, it's because their host is being hit. Blackout has been getting DDoSed. I don't think it's anything to do with this game, but just recently they have been enduring a few DDoS attacks, so apologies for that, guys. Here comes an Uber though, from Whiteglow and Lethal Weapon. They are straight onto 2Nuts, who is hopping around on like a madman from the crate onto the floor.
Started.
They can't cover the point. Too many jukes, not enough blocks.
Was that meant to be what I thought it was meant to be?
I don't know what you're talking about.
4-2. Low on time right now. 3 minutes left. I mean, Gullywash is a really short map compared to the others. You can get from one end to the other pretty quickly. So it's not impossible yet. But backs against the wall now for the Swedes.
Can you see what's happening in the middle? Oh, I can! We're back in the game.
Player trade each, as far as I can tell. Looks like it's good for the Russians right now. 2Nuts and Rib, the only ones left. None of them have any health. I think it's the sentence now. I wanted to get out there. And down they go. 2Nuts actually, I think, killed himself because he was stuck behind. Wise move for 2Nuts. Going to have the heals on last. Is Whiteglow on Uber or crits? It is an Uber charge, and they're going to be taking this into last.
Where will he push from this time? They tried double soldier last time. Pyro showing his hand early and actually goes down to Yangpai before charge even comes in, but they will Uber through that roller door. And time on the point as well as frags coming in. Russians really finding that fifth gear and slamming these Swedish scrubs down, man. 5-2, another 2 rounds and they will have capped out.
Yeah. So here we go on another midnap we won't get until the opening 20 seconds or so of it.
There's only 2 minutes left, man. This is like GG.
That's it. It looks like we're going to a third map. Since we can't see middle, do you want to talk about a third map? Because we can see as much of a third map as we can of this middle.
Yeah, it's already been decided. It's going to be Granary, which is a total change in pace. Russians have been quite happy to run crits on Granary as well. It could be interesting. But a big soldier map, we're going to see the rising star of Shadowburn, what tricks he's got up his sleeve, and then Zebasai, the old master, I guess.
Yeah. As it looks like, the Russians did take that mid once again. Both medics did go down. Or didn't heal anyone at any point during the entire round. We don't know. We don't know. It could quite easily be either.
Yeah, crits Creek for Whiteglow. He doesn't want to just leave it on 5-2. He's looking for blood, Swedish blood. Zebo and Walter's coming in here to try and make plays. They know they have to go because of the clock. They're making some crazy plays, but find themselves at a man disadvantage, and probably don't know, but they're also at a uber disadvantage with Crits Krieg impending.
I'm swapping to a super secret STV, so I don't get lag. I presume you've been sent it as well, Admirable. And I also have exciting news about the other game. Do you want to know what it is?
I do want to know what it is.
It's going to a third map as well. I can't remember what start said the third map was, but after a really boring map, I say boring, but you know, a comfortable map yesterday, you know, pretty clean who won, pretty clear even. And yeah, apparently 6-2 on Gully Wash, 2 minutes left to Iogale on Gully Wash. So both Premiership playoffs, opening round going to a third map.
I'm so glad the admins didn't just decide who should go where. Thank you for the playoffs, Permzilla. This is excellent, excellent. Looks like the Russians will not get a 6th round on the board there. It does finish 5-2 on my laggy STV. I'll be joining you shortly, CommanderX, but this is a best of 3 series, ETF2L Season 17, powered by TD Esports Premiership Qualifiers. We're going to a third map. It's going to be Granary. Stay right here.
It's going to be Process for the third map for Iogale and FNX Esports. So let's talk about our map, since it seems to be excitement everywhere. As I'm fairly sure my game's just completely, it's just hung itself, killed itself. But traditionally, Russians are really good on Granary, and I think it's a soldier map, and if we're talking soldier lineup, soldier head-to-heads, I think Forsaken and Shadowburn have the edge over Zebasai and Knutson.
They probably do. Playing all those Russian mixes and whatever, I'm sure they have a little bit of a feel for themselves, and I know Forsaken was definitely focusing on aggressive soldier double bomb strategies at the start of the pre-season. Whenever he was playing Demoman, he was trying to encourage Quick to play this way that he had been taught by Byte in TCM last season. Maybe this will be something that we see, some big double bombs, lots of rockets raining down from above. I've just tried to join that STV and it failed, but now
Same.
I see Granary. I am retrieving the server info. Just need to persevere, CommanderX. You can do it, buddy.
I'm going to keep trying. While we have dead airtime, I've been asked for, I guess, a kind of shout out or an observation. War Hu, yeah, you might have heard of him.
Is he a superstar?
He is a superstar. He's now a superstar officially.
I retried and failed.
The contracts have been signed. The merchandise has been made. Will be available in a store near you soon. But he likes to point out now, watching Shadowburn versus Knutson is like, quote unquote, a fucking train versus an old man on rollerblades.
It's beautiful. I should have got him to cast instead of you. Wow.
That's pretty mean.
This new STV is feeling. You just need to bottle up those emotions, CommanderX, and deal with it. You're live on air here. One
Can
thing
we
I
not
will
have a
say,
2-minute cry break? Is that not okay?
One thing I want to say is that people should hang around until the end of this game. Don't just sneak off there. Of course you want to see the third map, but I might give you a little teaser announcement for something that will be coming up this week that most people already know about, but yeah, sure some of you don't. You know what I'm talking about, CommanderX?
No, since that was the vaguest description of anything ever.
Excellent.
Something is happening at the end of the week, guys. Do you know what it is?
You're on a TF2 stream channel. Could be something TF2 related, maybe even competitive.
Or maybe we're just going to find out about some great offers at Ad's local corner shop.
What brand of potato I'm eating these days, yeah.
Which brand is it?
I don't know, man. The mucky ones, you have to wash them. Love a good bit of earth on my spuds, man. But I'm on the old TV again, just...
I'm going old as well. Keeping
reunited since that one isn't working. John of Blackout fame messaged me and says that he's eating Maris Piper wedges right now, so there you go. He's strictly in the MP camp.